In every moment of life there is a gentle whisper from heaven reminding the soul that it is not forgotten. When the weight of worries presses down and the silence of night feels heavy, there is a voice of God that assures comfort and peace. The message is not loud or distant. It is close and tender. It speaks to the broken heart and the weary spirit, saying you are loved, you are chosen, and you are never alone. Sometimes people feel unseen by the world, unnoticed in their struggles, yet the truth remains that God's eyes never turn away. He sees every tear. He knows every unspoken prayer. He understands the battles fought in silence. He carries the burdens too heavy for the human heart. And in his daily message he reminds each soul that strength is not found in avoiding storms but in knowing who walks beside you through them. The narrator declares that God is not far. He is near, nearer than the breath within, nearer than the thoughts that rise and fall. He is present in the moments of joy and present in the depths of sorrow. His message each day is simple yet powerful. Do not give up. Do not lose heart. For the story is still being written and his hand has not left the pages of your life. In times when fear whispers that tomorrow will be darker, his message says light is already prepared. When doubt says prayers are unheard, his message says every word has been treasured. When weakness says you cannot continue, his message says I will carry you. The daily message of God continues like a stream that never runs dry. It is steady, faithful, and filled with love. The narrator reminds that when a person wakes up with heavy thoughts or restless dreams, the first breath of the morning carries God's reminder that life is still a gift, that the soul is still guarded, that nothing is wasted in his design. Sometimes the path feels uncertain and every step feels weak. Yet God's message declares that guidance is already prepared. The road ahead may twist and turn, but the presence of the Lord is constant. He does not abandon in confusion. He lights the way slowly, one step at a time. His message tells the heart to trust the timing, to trust the process, and to trust that every delay has meaning, for the delays are not denials, they are shaping, molding, and strengthening the spirit. When the mind is full of noise and questions rise without answer, the message comes gently. Be still, rest, do not fear, because even in silence God is working. Even when unseen He is arranging every detail, every connection, every open door, and every closed door too. His message daily is an anchor to the restless heart. It says you are not defined by mistakes. You are not forgotten because of failures. You are not too far to be reached. For His mercy renews every morning and His grace has no limit. Each day carries a chance to start again, to walk forward, to breathe deeper, and to know that heaven has already embraced you with everlasting love. And the narrator says this message is not just for the strong, it is for the weak, not just for the joyful, but also for the sorrowful, not just for the hopeful but also for the hopeless. Because God's voice does not choose based on worth. He speaks to all because His love is for all, and His message never changes, never fades, and never ends. The narrator speaks again, reminding that every sunrise is more than light in the sky. It is a personal letter from God saying, I have given you another chance, another day, another opportunity to see my goodness. When the night was heavy and the heart questioned whether it could endure, the rising of the sun is God's daily message that hope is not lost. Sometimes people forget how valuable they are. They measure their worth by the approval of others. They look at their scars and call themselves broken. But God's message says you are not broken beyond repair. You are not forgotten in the crowd. You are my beloved, my creation, my treasure. The narrator declares that God's message is often soft but powerful. It does not always come with thunder. Sometimes it comes with a quiet reminder in the heart that says keep going. Sometimes it is in the kindness of a stranger, sometimes in the laughter of a child, sometimes in the peace that suddenly fills the mind. His daily message is everywhere for those who are willing to see. When troubles rise and darkness tries to blind the soul, His voice says, I am the light and no darkness can overcome me. When loneliness whispers that you walk alone, His message says, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. His daily message is never late. It comes exactly at the time it is needed, maybe through scripture, maybe through prayer, maybe through a friend, but always it comes. For God's love cannot be silenced, His faithfulness cannot be stopped, and His mercy cannot be limited. The narrator reminds the listener that every day this message is alive, breathing hope into despair, speaking peace into chaos, giving courage to the weak, and lifting the weary who feel they cannot rise. His message says, rise anyway because I will give you strength, walk anyway because I will guide your steps, believe anyway because my promises are true. And the narrator assures that this message will never end. The narrator continues saying that the daily message of God is like a river that flows without ending. It refreshes the soul and carries away the dust of yesterday. When guilt tries to chain the heart and regret tries to silence the spirit, the message of God speaks louder, saying, you are forgiven, you are free, you are loved. No past mistake is stronger than His mercy, no wound is deeper than His healing, and no fear is greater than His promise. Each morning the message comes like a gentle knock on the door of the heart. It says, open and let me in. Do not carry the burden alone. Do not try to fight in your own strength, for I am your strength, I am your shield, I am your refuge. When storms rise and the wind of troubles blow hard, His message says, I will not let you be swept away. My hand will hold you steady, my peace will cover you, and my light will guide you through. The narrator explains that sometimes people expect God's message to be complicated, yet it is often simple. It is the word hope, it is the word love, it is the word trust, it is the word peace. His daily message is not hidden, it is not far, it is already near, it is already speaking to the heart right now. And when doubts fill the mind saying you are not enough, you will fail, you cannot move forward, His message answers back saying, with me you are more than enough, with me you can overcome, with me you will stand strong. His daily message is not only comfort but also calling. It invites every soul to rise higher, to forgive, to love, to walk in kindness, and to live with faith. The narrator assures that this message is not just words, it is life, it is breath, it is the very heartbeat of heaven echoing inside every listener, and it continues without end. The narrator speaks softly that every heartbeat is itself a reminder of God's daily message. With each beat the soul is told, you are alive because I breathed life into you. You are here because I chose you. You are loved because I formed you. And you are valuable because I carry you in my hands. When pain makes the spirit weak and when nights feel endless, His message comes like a whisper in the silence saying, I am near, I am watching, I am listening. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are mine. The narrator explains that His message is patient. It waits for the right time. It does not force but gently calls. Sometimes people miss it because they are too busy. Yet His voice still remains, waiting for them to pause and listen. His message is steady, never fading, never failing, always ready. And when the world says give up, His message says rise up. When the world says you are small, His message says you are chosen. When the world says there is no way, His message says I am the way. Each day He gives not only life but also direction, not only peace but also purpose, not only strength but also vision. His message is a gift that cannot be bought, it cannot be earned, it is freely given, and it flows like light into every shadow. His words lift the heart of the lonely, they comfort the tears of the broken, they bring rest to the tired, they ignite courage in the fearful, and they remind every soul that God's love is stronger than every trial. The narrator assures that this daily message is not just for some, it is for all. No one is too far, no one is too lost, no one is too weak, His message reaches every corner, touches every heart, and transforms every life willing to receive it. The narrator says that the daily message of God is like sunlight that breaks through clouds. Even when the sky looks heavy and gray, His light finds a way to shine. It warms the soul and reminds every heart that darkness will never win. When fear builds walls inside the mind, His message breaks those walls and says, "Do not be afraid. I am with you. I walk beside you. I go before you, and I surround you." His daily message is not only for comfort but also for courage. It tells every soul to take the next step even if the path looks uncertain. It reminds that faith is stronger than fear, hope is greater than despair, and love is more powerful than hate. The narrator explains that his message does not change with seasons. It is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It is steady like the ocean, constant like the stars, unshaken like the mountains. His words never lose their power, never lose their truth, never lose their beauty. And every day His message comes in many ways, sometimes through a song, sometimes through a kind word, sometimes through silence, and sometimes through the deep stillness of prayer. His message says, "Listen, slow down, rest in me. You do not need to carry what I can carry for you. You do not need to solve what I have already planned. You do not need to fight battles that I have already won." The narrator reminds that the daily message is also a promise. It says, "I will never leave you. I will never forsake you. I will never stop loving you, no matter how far you wander. My arms remain open. No matter how heavy your mistakes, my grace is heavier. No matter how loud the storm, my peace is louder." And so the daily message is like a seed planted in the heart. It grows day by day,